in this nation that should ever die from cancer because it's so stinking easy to get rid of. Now I can take you, give you a recipe that cleans all the mucus out of your system. You can replace your and boost your immunity with the proper probiotics, not yogurt. It'll never get through the stomach acid in your stomach, okay? So, and get to the right places. But you replace all that, your immune system begins to build. You should start keeping track of your pH of your body. You can buy 250 pH test strips from Walgreens.com and keep them next to your toilet in the morning, and a notepad and a pen, and check your urine, check your saliva every morning and every evening before you go to bed so that you can monitor if you're doing the right things, eating the right foods, drinking the right waters, things like that, and so you become more alkaline. Cancer can't live in a high alkaline environment. It also can't live in an oxygen-rich environment. When people in this world were living 600, 700, 900 years, it was because it was a tropical planet. We had tons of plant life. It wasn't as deserty as it is now. And those plants produce oxygen. And we had more oxygen in the air at a higher pressure. Now our pressure's down to under 7 pounds at sea level. Used to be 40. This is where hyperbaric oxygen treatment comes in. As many times as you can get in one of those, if you can afford to buy one for home, I do it. Michael Jackson thought it was important, and he bought the cheap tent kind. He had all the money in the world, he buys a cheap tent kind. If I had his, man, we'd be playing cards inside one. Shit. You dive real deep. What do you do when you get out? Go right into hyperbaric oxygen treatment. Every time. Keeps your body functioning and starts to heal cells that won't heal. All kinds of stuff. First thing I notice, if I'm in one for an hour, 30 to 40 pounds, is my eyesight improves dramatically. It's that way for several days, and then it starts to go a little dim because I'm getting old. At 50, everything starts quitting. No, not everything. Anyway, the eyes get a little blurry in some distances. You get me out there about a half a mile to a mile, and I can tell wherever I am at. But, 30 feet, that's a little more difficult. So, anyway, it improves. There's all kinds of ways. All kinds of ways. A good fenbendazole program mixed with an alternated, I shouldn't say mixed, alternated with an ivermectin program. Even horses. I've been raised horses all my life. I still have 17. That's better. I'm down from 150. Okay? Down to 17 now. I want to get down to 4. And then I'll move those from Oregon to Texas, and life will be better. These horses eat a lot. So anyway, even with horses, we alternate wormers. If you don't, the worms build up a resistance to your wormer. So if these people that give horses ivermectin all the time and don't switch over to Panicure or Quest once in a while, you got to alternate wormers. Okay. We do too. We got the same problem horses have. Worms. Yeah, especially if you eat sushi. I'll tell you a quick little story. A raw fish. You're going to get worm eggs in the raw fish, and then they're going to just hatch in that warm, gentle stomach. Well, after they'll hatch. And you will get worms. I had a guy bring me his x-rays. And he said, David, they told me to go home and die to be put on hospice. And he showed me a full body scan x-ray. And I almost threw up. This man was full of worms. His brain was full of Everything was full of worms. Doctors just sent him home to die. I put him through one hell of a dewormer program. And he's still alive. 6 years later. 6 years later. He has to do more than just deworm. His body has to heal from the wounds. And there's ways to make that body heal. MMS is another great cancer. Just gonna get out here, they're gonna shoot me. The FDA is gonna shoot me. C word. Cancer C word. Got it? Okay. Chlorine dioxide. Once your body processes it, it turns to table salt in your muscles. But it's a miracle. A miracle thing. It doesn't taste very good. I recommend, it's an A and B solution. I recommend putting a little shot glass, let it mix, about 20 seconds so it starts to oxidize. Add an ounce of water and go. Get it down past the taste buds as quickly as you possibly can. If you start off with too many drops, you probably should stay home. Not going anywhere. Start off slow. A couple of drops of each. That's it. That's enough. So start with at least 2. Work your way up to 10 or 15 if you've got a problem. If you know you got cancer, get to about 15 drops as quickly as you possibly can and stay there for 7 days and then stay off of it for a few. And then start it back up again. You do that by the time you take a couple of breaks in a month, you're doing it about 3 weeks a month. Take a couple of breaks for a few days in between. Okay. You do that, and that'll help cure cancer. I've got pictures, I've got more than 2,000 affidavits of people that's cured. I had a guy who had one of the ugliest cancers I've ever saw. It was over his eye, it was into his eye, it was eating his head. It was stuck out that far at least. It was absolutely terrible. He started taking it, worked his way up to 15 drops in 3 days. He just went 5, 10, 15. I didn't tell him to do that. He did it. And then he started mixing it into a spray bottle. And he literally sprayed it up. He sent me a picture of a before, and every 30 days for 6 months, he sent me a picture. He's still blind in that eye, but you can at least see the eye. And it went down to where you can see the features. His eye is white. He's blinded. He'll never regain it. But in 6 months, doctors just told him it's only a matter of days. Damn miracle. Dad died. How to claim dad's minor estate. You claim your dad's minor estate when you claim yours. Just put it in claim. You can claim the estates of your fathers and grandfathers back 99 years or until 1935, whichever came first. In Oregon, in America, we can't even go back 99 years yet. We're not there yet. You wouldn't ask me so many questions. Maybe I could get to it. How to deal with law enforcement on the passport card as proof to drive in all 50 states. Well, it ain't up to the law enforcement. It's really not. They're just a bad receiver. That's all it is. It's not up to them. The United States government and its states offers 2 forms of identification for your use. One is a passport, so that you are allowed to travel in the private by any means necessary. I had a 4-hour conversation with the State Department about it. And this gal, she was fun to talk to because I asked different questions than most people ask. And I was saying, can I go on a skateboard, roller skates, walk, ride a horse? I'm questioning by any means necessary. I'm nailing it down. Automobile. Yeah. Boat. Yeah. Plane. Yeah. By any means necessary. It allows you to travel anywhere in the world that has any kind of treaty with the United States. We have travel agreements. Now, some places aren't that safe to travel, and the State Department will make you aware of those. Don't go there. Bad. Especially if you're a wealthy American like Mexico City. A lot of those get kidnapped. Okay? I just want to tell you there's dangerous places in the world. But you can go there using nothing more than your passport. The other one is your driver's license for operating in commerce. That's it. That's your 2 pieces of ID that's offered. Can you name another one? Anybody? Anybody? Okay. When you're in the military, okay, you're in a different world. You're in a different world. We're just talking about this a little bit. Okay. How to get a rental car. Cop. They wouldn't scan the card. Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
You get a rental car?
2 days ago with my Republic of Texas
I
International.
was just going to ask, did you get it with your Republic of Texas ID?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. He got a rental car. Coming here. He's got a rental car. He got it with his Republic of Texas ID. You want to know what a Republic of Texas ID is? What's that? If you live in that state right there, that's the Republic of Texas.
Where do you get it?
From the Republic of Texas. We are a de jure government. We got a president, the vice president wrote that treason book over there. He's the current vice president. His name's Mike Blackwell, ex-Vietnam Special Forces guy. Great man, great patriot. They have a Congress, they have a Senate, they have judges, they have common law courts. They are a legitimate government, and they are recognized by the state of Texas, by the United States, and by other nations. Bonnie flies all over this country using one of these. In fact, Robert Krasinski lost his wallet one day flying out of Dallas. Bonnie had dropped him off at the airport, and he lost his wallet. Bonnie walks up there with her credentials, her badge, told them it's a diplomatic problem, get him on the plane. And they said, do you want to walk him to the plane? No, that's your job, she says. You walk in and make sure he's on the plane. Otherwise, it's an international incident. You understand? She's Counsel General for the Republic. Right? Show him your badge, baby. She ran. You saw it on the video? Yeah, her running up the side of the road with the cops. Hold her right there. You're out of your jurisdiction. Man, they didn't know what happened. It was like the king got stopped.
What we hold as lions, right?
Yeah.
This is a real badge from a real badge maker. And as a matter of fact, I need to order more for some new representatives that we have so that they can have a badge. It's not a fancy case. Oopsie. And then there's my Republic of Texas ID. I have flown with the airlines, gone through TSA, and also rented a U-Haul with that Republic of Texas ID that does not sync up with the state system. And if you don't have your Republic formed yet, you can get a Republic of Texas ID as a non-resident, or what you call a non-landowner. You can still have a Republic of Texas ID.
Thank
as a
you,
voting
honey.
ID.
Does that mean you can go to this without travel without this?
No, they will let you through the scanner with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. He said, isn't that how Ann Vandersfield backed off TSA? Absolutely. They've got to respect it. Texas joined the Union through treaty. The Republic of